What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live video. On the left side here, we have pure Ryzeal going up against the Sky Striker Maliss deck. Before we dive on in over to like, comment, shop, showing out a lot more on the road to 10k and you guys' support. Gonna hit that before the end of May. We are going to be seeing Ryzeal end up winning the die roll, going to be going first. And we are going to be seeing a Bonfire of Desires in the hand as well. It looks like a copy of Sword here. So we are going to be diving on into game one now. I did put that up a little bit later. And we do see a thinking. I mean, we're not going to activate a Desires. We're going to start off with a Bonfire, searching for a Ice or an X, depending on what we kind of want to go for here. We are going to be doing a little bit of a calculation there, and we opt to choose the X here. So we might already have Ice in the hand to normal summon it out, potentially as well. It looks like we do have the Ice, is the farmost left card there. The issue with the pure deck is it is kind of hard to beat the Maliss deck when you have like multiple extenders. We're going to be seeing X starting off by sending. Now, suddenly a copy of the detonator is going to be able to attach itself to the dual drive when we do summon itself out. Now, we're going to see the X going to be searching here for a copy of the sword in the hand. So maybe having now double sword. We do summon out that sword because we do control a Ryzeal in the graveyard or on the field. And that's going to now allow us to activate the effect, allowing us to search for the Ice if we want to, adding it to the hand now, so we do have access to that, no matter what having a normal summon. This is all without a normal summon. We do activate the Cross Hard from the hand. We do play two of it in this build, so it makes sense that we are going to be able to draw it more often. And we're going to see the dual drive being made here, and this is going to allow us to have a negate while we have the dual drive on the field. So we're going to see the dual drive activate the effect, allowing us to search for two, and this is now going to allow us to have that negate. Now, obviously, they could have negated like a Veil, I should say, earlier, or like a Ghost Ogre on it, but still, I guess without two hand traps, it would kind of be hard to negate that there. And we're going to be seeing the node as well as the plugin being searched. Now, a lot of lists have cut the plugin and the Plasma Hole because we are only playing the Fiendsmith cards now, but when you're playing the pure variant, it definitely makes sense that you are playing this. You want to have the most level or rank 4s available to your option here. We're going to see the normal summon of an Ice now. It's going to activate the effect, allowing us to summon out any of these Ryzeal monsters from the deck. We do opt to go for the sword here, and then we can just go up now into a copy of the the detonator here, and then attach another copy. Now this is going to be pre of the new set Suda, so there is no copy of the Evil Twin. Or like that twin card there. So that is also going to be something important to note. I know this is going up post the list, or post set, but unfortunately we didn't have these cards legal at the time. The recordings are going to be a bit late. But we are going to go up now into a XYZ, most likely being the detonator. We're going to opt to go for the Dugaris instead. Then we're going to go for a plugin. And plugin is going to summon out the X as well as place a Plasma Hole underneath the Duo Drive. I'm sure that's not the correct play. But while the X or the traps in the graveyard, we are going to be able to I guess make a Zeus at any point of time during our opponent's turn if we have one of our XYZ monsters battle. But we do the plug-in first to get the trap out of the deck so that we don't draw it. But drawing it, honestly, is not even that bad. So we're going to be seeing the Dugaris, letting us draw 2 cards, discarding an Ice, and we're going to go for Desires, banishing 10, the drawing 2. Hopefully seeing those hand traps that we are clearly looking for. And we have essentially access to everything. Interesting that we do go for the Dugaris over a copy of Dweller, blind going first. But we summon up the Node now. Node can discard another card, summon another Ryzeal from the graveyard, but we're going to look at what we have, and then we do activate the Ryzeal Cross to put back 2 and draw. And they can put back spells as well. I didn't know that. I gotta take a second to read this card. What? Yeah, 2 Ryzeal cards. Okay, so we can put back the other spells to summon it out. That's kind of cool to get an additional draw. So now we've actually drawn 5 cards out of our deck just off of the... we didn't activate Duo Detonator's effect. What the heck? That definitely was a misplay. We definitely should have attached with the detonator, having an extra pop. That's huge, actually, when I think about that. Having one less effect on the detonators, you're just throwing away a game here. So we're going to go an imperm on the detonator, so I suppose it doesn't matter after all here. this board kind of got wiped pretty easily, you know, Cross being kind of the only stuff. We do set a card kind of baiting a trap if we do normal summon one of our monsters here. We set another one, which kind of like doubles down, as well as perhaps not having a Dark in the hand for Allure of Darkness here. So we're actually going to be ashing the Allure, and then we do play a Thrust, which now can let us search our deck for any spell, and we can activate it this turn, because we do we have monsters on the field, so we're already able to search it, but they still need to find a way to get into one of their Maliss monsters here. I suppose they could search for Terraforming, which is something to field spell, but I'm not even sure like how this is going to really work, honestly. I mean, setting 2 cards is not the greatest. Like, I guess in Maliss it doesn't really matter that much, especially if one of them is a trap. It doesn't hurt us at all. We can activate the cards. But if it is one of the traps, and we do, like, let's say, search for Terraforming here, play the field spell, get like a Domos, normal summons, activate the effect, you ended up chaining, let's say, even an Imperm or a Veiler in the hand. The trap is actually not going to make that much of a difference, because they already have activated their effect to banish, because they have to get banished off the field spell to kind of come back. We do search for a Talents here, and then Talents are going to drawing us 2 cards here, so we definitely need those cards in our hand. And we are going to normal summon the Domos, activate the effects, and we are going to... We have the Veiler in the hand. This would be a different kind of situation where, you know, they'll kind of get the 2 monsters regardless here. So I would save my Veiler for something else, like I guess not a Hazard because it does banish for cost, but like one of the better monsters there. Like the Link stuff going up into anything else, because we are going to negate with the Cross here though, and they do activate the trap card to banish. So good thing we did not choose to Veiler that one. That is going to be the TB11 here. And we special summon out the copy of our Chess Cat there, or Chessy Cat. And then we are going to activate the effect of Domos to summon itself back out, paying 300 here. And then we now have a Link 2 to go up into if we want to go for the Hazard. Now the Hazard is definitely a better play because it has banish for cost here. And we could banish the Chess Cat to allow it to summon back out by paying 300. And then we have now access to one of those rank, or I guess you say the Link 3s. We also did put Plasma Hole in the graveyard, which is very important to note as well, because now we can actually use the effect to let us overlay at any time for a Zeus post-battle phase. We are going to go Hazard effect, going to be taking the Detonator down to 15. And if you're wondering how they do that, that's because the Chess Cat is banished, so it turns the attack into that. And then Chess Cat can activate the effect, paying the 3 to come back out here, bring us down to 47. And then we can activate the effect, allowing us to banish and draw cards. I think. So we're going to banish the GWC06 to draw 2. This could be one of the better traps there. Allow them to gain life points as well as summon back out. It does make them prevent to lose in time here because you summon back out 23 and you have to pay less than that. So we're going to go up now into the Red Ransom, I believe. And then we have to find a way to banish this card, though. We're going to see them activate the effect, and they do... or they're going to activate the effect on normal if it's special summon out there. They do Mourner that there. And then we'd activate a Hornet Drone, summoning out from the extra deck here a token. So we're playing these Sky Striker cards, like I mentioned earlier. I'm not exactly sure where this ends up going for us. You know, we can link away for, I guess, like Hayate, or Kagari at back. And then we link those 2 away, I suppose. I don't really know how we're going to banish the Red Ransom, though, to be able to summon back out. And we will be able to banish another card, being the Dotscaper. Then Dotscaper will bring itself back out off of that Red Ransom. But I'm not exactly sure how we kind of get that card banished, I should say. Unless the trap is going to be set. And then we had all 3 traps in rotation here. So I don't really think it's going to be what we see. We're going to go up into the Access Code. Now, Access Code is a perfect way to actually banish these Link monsters. Being able to activate the effect, banishing the Red Ransom, and then being able to pop a card. So I definitely do like that. I think it's going to be a quite nice interaction that we can do. And they are going to target the Red Ransom. And then on a new chain, we do activate Veiler before they have the ability to activate the Access Code, making it able to banish the Red Ransom. That's going to be pretty nice. And then we do activate a Hornet Drones once again, summoning out the token. And I'm not exactly sure where you go for this, but lots of hand traps in the hand. We did just draw 5 cards last turn. So not surprised at the hand trap count that we have C here. We now go up into a Link Spider off the Hornet Drones, and we're going to link those 2 away for potentially a Splash Mage. Even though I think Splash Mage requires only Cybers, but I mean, I suppose Link Spider is a Cybers monster, so we can go up into that. So we're going to be seeing the Splash Mage trying to summon back out our copy of the Damos, but we do have a Ghost Ogre for this, destroying the Splash Mage. We're just making it so that we cannot Link Climb. If we would have left that Link Spider or Link the Splash Mage on the field, we would have been able to activate the effect or go up into the white binder here. But we have we still have a way to go up into that Link's monster, but we want to have the field spell in the hand. So our last chance here is to activate the field spell, which can then banish the copy of Red Ransom in the graveyard. Red Ransom pay 900 to summon itself back out, banishing the Dodgecaper here. And yeah, that's honestly, our cards are perfect right now. A very good exchange in card. We saw all those hand traps, but yet Maliss still able to make a significant board here, which is very, very impressive, honestly. We're going to see them link up into the Link Decipher, I believe. And then we're going to link all 3 away into a white binder. Perhaps. I mean, they are running pretty low on fumes. I think they have 1 card left in the hand here. But looking at their hand, their hand was actually pretty broken. I'm sure that one of the set cards has to be a trap, because it has to be the MT7, because we banished the QWC from the hand. So they had all 3 traps, which is kind of like, that's kind of crazy, honestly. But we are looking at what we have, and they asked about the trap card. The trap card says, like, if you battle, you can go up into it. And like, we still have a lot on the Ryzeal board here. No matter what they end up doing, we're going to have a Zeus, unless we find a way to beat over the Detonator as well as a Duo Drive. But the Duo Drive is affecting both players here, making our cards gain 100 and their cards lose 100, so chances of having a 200 difference. But it's still quite difficult to kind of actually out this, especially with Plasma Hole being able to just go up anytime into an XYZ. Which is going to be a Zeus to kind of wipe the field, so you have to get rid of that Duo Drive. So we now see the white binder being made here, and white binder can activate the effect banishing as well as the Link Decipher. And we should banish the Plasma Trap Hole here, but we're also able to set a trap from the deck. And so we choose to banish 3 of the Ryzeal monsters here, and that definitely is going to be a misplay. We're forgetting all about the trap card in the graveyard, which is going to be able to make us Zeus later on, unless we're trying to just clear the board completely. We do see the MPTCO7, so after all, we did have every single trap in our hand. That is not looking good at all, but we are still making a play here. So I definitely think a misplay there by not banishing the trap, but we're going to go now search for follow-up here by activating that, banishing the White Rabbit to be able to search for a card for the next turn, which is going to be able to get us into the White Rabbit and everything else. Then we're going to pay the 900 once again to summon up by the White Rabbit. And then White Rabbit can activate the effect, I believe. Oh, you can't activate the effect once again, but we're going to be able to activate the effect to draw. And then we actually can't set a trap because we've used all 3 of them. For anyone wondering, we only play 3 of the traps, of course, and all of them were in our hand. So definitely rough. We do get a draw here, so placing 1 card off this. So we've seen this player here draw 3 cards now, which is pretty good. It looks like we have a field spell in the hand as well. So we're going to be seeing the Detonator being attacked into. And it is at 15 plus 1 minus 1. So the Damos also makes it so that all of our Maliss monsters gain 600 for the rest of this turn. So it is going to be boosted by that, bringing it up to 3,000 exactly, because of the fact that the monster would bring it up to, I think that's right, yeah. Or I guess it's at 29. Oh well, whatever. Could be mistaken there, but we're going to be looking at what we have left in our extra deck, and we have to be careful because we have the Plasma also in the graveyard, so that was just going to be huge. Whatever we do here, if we set these cards, we're going to get our field blown up. So we go into a Firewall now. Okay. And then Firewall. We're going to see a set card. And then we do opt to banish Plasma Hole now to let us XYZ into any XYZ. We go into a Zeus now, and they're like, what? Let me read this. Huh? And then this is when we realized that we made a misplay for sure. Because Zeus is like just a monster XYZ battle this turn. It can activate. This is a legal summon. And we're going to see the Zeus can activate the effect. And we just scoop it up, realizing that game is going to be lost. I don't know if we had any other Ryzeals in our hand, if we had an ice, but definitely kind of crazy. If you did not know that interaction, now you do, and that's going to be kind of nutty. The fact that you can just go up into this anytime that you want, like Ryzeal just has essentially a just board wipe with the pure. Now, not all other players are playing the trap card. Obviously, I don't think that's going to be that good if you're not playing pure, but it is what it is. You know, when you are playing its pure, you definitely have to make sure that it's going to be seen, especially if they are placing it. If you're playing Maliss, definitely just banish it off of the white binder. I was going to say white ransom there, but the white binder definitely is going to be a great way to just banish those cards. But it is what it is. You know, sometimes you have to learn by making those mistakes. I've done it numerous times. You know, so many times on the channel, you guys could probably make a compilation of, you know, Patrick fails. You know, there's one point I ended up talenting, taking, and then realizing that Moon took. I think I just took a Nibiru token. Yeah, or no, I had a Nibiru token. I got nibbed. I took the Nibiru, tried to make Moon, realized it took 2 effect monsters. Did not play Link Spire, so I couldn't link with the token. I ended up just passing the token back, or passing the nib right back to him as my last play. Just literally hand looping myself. Not one of my better moments, but you definitely remember that Moon takes 2 effect monsters going forward. But moving on to game number 2, we are going to be seeing Maliss going to go first once again. Now, their first hand was not the greatest with those 3 traps, but they still were able to make a crazy kind of board here. We're going to see a normal summon of a chest cat. It's going to be the worst normal summon probably in the deck. You know, you would most likely want to normal summon the Domos here, obviously. We activate the effect. We do chain a copy of Ash Blossom. I'm just saying you want to draw 2 cards. That's not going to happen here. And we do get to then play the Field Spell. Field Spell is going to be banishing the White Rabbit, and then White Rabbit will be able to pay 300 to summon itself back out. And then we can activate the effect setting a trap from the deck. So already getting access to one of the traps. We do warn this saying, you want more extension? We don't think so here. As well as if we have other hand traps in the hand, we want to be able to activate those cards on like some of the better stuff. We do see the Haggard Lizardos being made here, and this is going to be able to activate the effect banishing for cost the Domos. And we do set a trap here, or a card, trying to be like, okay, if you have anything else, we're going to kind of do it over. And they did maybe miss that on the Mourner, but it is what it is. We're now going to see us linking away up into the White Binder. White Binder has no really good banish targets. It doesn't really matter what we do banish. We're going to be able to activate the effect setting a trap from the deck now. Going to be able to. And they are thinking on this. Do we choose to Veiler or Mourner this? No, we're going to be setting the copy of the TB11 once again. And we're going to then activate this by banishing the... Yeah, we're going to be setting that one there. Okay. They're just telling them what it does. Now we can banish the TB11. Well, we can activate the TB11 by banishing the White Binder. And then let us summon back out here. I think this one... Yeah, this one lets you summon, right? Yeah. Special one Maliss monster from your deck. So we can go for the Domos. But Domos have already... Like, that's not going to really make a difference what we banish. We've already kind of banished all the other ones there. So it doesn't really make that much of an extension. If we did have another Maliss monster, which hopefully we're already getting in the next set, it's going to be definitely making this quite a bit better. We do see the White Binder drawing 1 card here, which is going to be pretty nice. We love a nice little draw 1 in the decks. Like I was mentioning, I think, earlier in this video, I love that decks just all have different ways of drawing like 1 card. I think it's a really cool mechanic. I'd rather draw a random card than like search a random card, especially like through my combo. It changes how your combos can be played, as well as like how you build your deck and hand traps to search count and stuff like that. And I quite like it a lot, to be honest. But I think Maliss is a definitely nice deck. How it was designed, I think it's super cool. Like how they have like different stuff. Of course, like, you know, being only 3 monsters, you have so much you can do. The Maliss monsters all needing stuff, and being like all link 3s is also cool as well, because you have different lines for different ones. So I do quite like it. We're now going to see a Link Decipher being made, and we're going to link up now into a Splash Mage, perhaps? I don't even know. Maybe a Firewall access code. An access code is nothing to pop, so It's not going to be the greatest. You also can't really banish the white binder here, so it's not going to make that much of a difference at all. Maybe we just go for a Firewall. What's also really cool about the Firewall build is you can actually bounce back your Bistils that you summon onto the hand by banishing. So it's like, this deck just has so many different lines of, I don't want to say cool stuff, but it essentially feels like cool stuff that it can do. So we do make the Firewall, Link Disciple is going to come back out. And we just pass on this, maybe? We're looking to actually see what else we can kind of do. We link those two off into an SP, okay. SP is going to be able to banish the Dominoes, which can then bring itself back out. And are we going to now go up into a Red Ransom? I'm going to go up into the Cryptor here, okay. And then we just pass turn on this. I believe it's Cryptor. No, we're going to search for the... Okay, we're going to summon Red Ransom here. Red Ransom search for a field spell for follow-up from the next turn. That makes a lot of sense. And then we're just going to be passing on this, most likely. Unless the trap is set, and then we can kind of extend as well. But I doubt that it is. So now we're going to be activating the X effect, dumping the Mythical Object, which is going to then be able to negate the Red Ransom here. And X can then activate the effect, allowing us to add the ice to the hand. We can't, or sword to the hand here. Sword can special summon itself out, and then search for an ice. Now we have a normal summon as well as a rank 4 on the field. And we can go straight up into a Dual Drive or a Detonator here. It really doesn't depend. It depends on what hand traps I have in the hand. Now, we know they have a field spell, so if we are going to continue and give them a turn, they are going to be able to play somewhat. And they have a trap card set, so I'm going to be hoping that it is going to be Maliss traps, which can give them access to. But they do go for a copy of Tornado Dragon. Kind of see here, it's going to be one of the traps, and it is not. It's a copy of Widow Anchor here, and this does not look too good for the Maliss deck. We have the normal summon of the Ice, which can summon out another body from the deck. And we do see the Maliss player just admit defeat here, having the field spell, 2 other Maliss monsters in the hand, and it's not going to be enough there for that. So we're going to be seeing Ryzeal end up taking it 2-0 here. This is going to be a pre-Suda deck video, so if you guys want to be seeing post-Suda, definitely stay tuned for that next week. Lots of content coming soon, and don't forget to like, comment, more content like this. Just stay safe. Peace.